Daigan asks that some people outside of our Pure Land school, they say that we are basically lazy. That our practice is lazy because we don't follow the precepts, and we don't meditate, and we don't basically, we're basically like sedentary people, that we only that we cling to Amida, and we don't basically do anything to get enlightenment, or to better ourselves. Basically, they're not anybody in the Sangha, but people outside the Pure Land spectrum, so to speak.
We're not lazy, we are focused. That's the problem I found in trying to follow other forms of Buddhism. And I'm not slandering other Dharma schools or gates or anything like that, but it's like for me personally, when I'm all over the place and I'm focusing on all doing mantras to other Buddhas and focusing on other forms of Zazen and other meditative practices, I'm all over the place. Okay. And just speaking for myself, I need a focused, organized method of practicing my faith. This is perfect for me because this is the whole idea behind Jodo Shinshu Buddhism, is that the primal vow is primal in our life because we are focused on one thing. And that one thing is saying the name of Amida, focusing on Amida with the goal of going to the Pure Land of Amida. And the problem is, for a lot of people that start into Buddhism, they'll start with something hard like, tantric Tibetan Buddhism, and they've got to do all these practices. They've got to get a master. They've got to meditate so many hours of the day. And it's like, in this day and age, in this Dharma ending age where chaos rules, once again, speaking for myself, I need focus. And if I'm all over the place doing all these practices and all these meditation techniques and saying these certain prayers to certain Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, and I have to be in a certain focused state of mind, I'm going to give up. I'm not going to want to continue. I'm going to lose faith. I'm going to say, this shit's too hard. I can't do this. This practice we have, Jodo Shinshu Buddhism, is perfectly designed for us who are in the Dharma ending age of Mappo, in this Saha realm of suffering and desire. It gives us the ability to focus solely on the one Buddha, Amida, who has made this vow, which is meant to be easy practice, that no one should be left behind. And that's, so yeah, they're right. We're lazy. We're sedentary because we're human living in this day and age.
I think in a sense we are humble Buddhist practices, that we basically accept that we can't really, we can't basically enlighten ourselves in this realm. And changing faith is basically the Bodhi Mind. It's not like that we're becoming Buddhas in this life, but I think mentally or spiritually we have the Bodhi Mind
I've
in
said in
that
my
sense.
previous videos, if I could have attained enlightenment through my own methods and desires, I would have already done so because I was willing. The spirit was willing. But, I have to be honest about who I am. I have to be honest about what my capabilities are. And if I'm excluded because I'm not some great master, then in this day and age, honestly, who can become enlightened? And the fact, it's kind of ironic that the people who are most likely to become enlightened are spiritual idiots, bamboo, like you and me, all of us here, who, like I said, it's humility to admit, like Clint Eastwood, the actor, had a phrase he used to use, a man's got to know his limitations. I know my limitations, and I can bullshitting myself and letting my ego tell me that I can become a Buddha or a Bodhisattva in this life is a form of delusionment, and it's setting myself up for failure.
Yeah, we are not hypocrites. That's what we are. We are not hypocrites. We are not spiritual hypocrites. We are honest about our real attainments. Yes. And I think it takes a lot of courage, spiritual courage, to admit that you are an idiot and that you cannot attain Buddhahood in this life through your own power. It takes a lot of courage. Uh, that's why Shakyamuni said that his teaching about Anita is difficult to be accepted in faith because everybody wants to be a Superman. Everybody lies about the fact that they can't be Superman. It's hard for them to admit that they are not heroes, you see? So it takes a lot of courage to admit you are an idiot and you cannot attain Buddhahood in this life. Yes, and those who accuse us of being lazy and not being worthy, they are not enlightened. They also cannot follow precepts because if they followed precepts in a perfect way with body, speech, and mind, then they would be Buddhas. They would be enlightened. So they can't accuse us of anything because they are the same. We just are very honest about our capacities. And and we are also people who know where we go after death. As Renio Shonin said, I quote from memory, those ordinary people that solved the matter of their afterlife are to be called wise, while those who know lots of Buddhist texts and Buddhist scriptures but don't know, are not sure where they go after death, they can't be called wise. No matter the knowledge one has, one cannot be called wise unless he knows where he goes after death. You see? And we just want to escape birth and death quickly. We realize that we are in a house on fire, and when you realize you are in a house on fire, you want to escape quickly. You know, yes,
I
we
have
are
a lot
people
of that
very,
on.
very much aware of our limitations, as you said, and knowing our limitations, we want to escape. We accept help.
Yes.
It's it's wise to accept help when you know you need help. It's stupid to not accept help when you know you need help. Yes, please, guys.
Uh, I found
We
Please, please, Horai.
uh, we recognize laziness as our limitation, and that's why we entrust to Amida. So maybe yes, we are lazy, and
Uh,
but
you know,
knowing that we are lazy, we have limitations, we entrust to Amida to become Buddhas in the Pure Land, saving all sentient beings. So if they accuse us of laziness, uh, for me it's okay, totally okay. I recognize I'm incapable of attaining enlightenment by myself. So yes, I'm lazy.
everybody who can't practice 24/7, like he has a fire on his head, that is a lazy person. You need to practice 24/7. Every time, every second of your life, you need to be careful of what you say, what you do, and what you think. And you have to have the attitude like in meditation all the time. That's how you cannot be called lazy, you see. Yes, please, Joshi.
I was just going to say, one of the reasons I left Facebook is because there are 1,000 Buddhist masters who would correct me on my views, my beliefs, and it's like everyone's an authority. The thing is, when you know you're not an authority, when you know you just want a spiritual practice that is going to solve your problem instead of build your ego, this is the perfect practice for that. It is the practice that has a simple goal. Entrust Amida, say his name in faith, wish to be born in his pure land. And that's it. And, you know, in these chaotic times, we need simplicity. We don't need to complicate our faith. Our faith should be a certain simple way of escaping this Saha realm, not remaining bound to it through egocentric self-delusion.